Good morning, traders. Welcome to the Rule the Pool competition, of course. And who's ready to get into that competition field and really get after some real money, of course. Today, we got, of course, a pretty good account, right? I mean, 200,000 buying power. There's a lot to get after. And of course, we still got some deals out there that you want to go ahead and get after. Of course, we got our brand new limited super buying power that you want to check out, guys. I know I have one of those accounts. I'm looking forward to getting that cash. Let's take a look at what's going on in the market today. We'll go to the playbook. We'll take a look at some of the trades that are going on. And of course, if you're looking for your competition account and you can't get in right now, well, I'll explain all about that right here and how you can get in. Of course, competition is starting today, 9:30. Who's going to win it, guys? I'll tell you what, there's a lot of prizes to win. 20 first place prize, right? So there's 20 prizes overall. There's one first place prize winner. First place prize winner is going to win a nice eval. So get after it, guys. Get that money and have some fun with it. One thing that I will tell you guys, we'll talk all about it, how to win, a strategy breakdown. I'll give you guys the information that I've seen in the statistics, and I can also show you guys some trades that are out there, of course, while the competition's going on. We'll talk all about it, right? At the end of the day, you got to make a lot of money to win the competition. So what is it all about? Is it just about taking big swings? Is it just about building cushions? Things like this. We'll talk about it right here on the show. Let's get right to some trading action. Let's go take a look at different trades that are available today. And of course, we'll talk all about it with different trade setups. And there's a lot of action going on right now. I did even see some news on Intel. Let's get right to the show. Let's kick things off. Let's go take a look at some of the trading action in today's playbook action. So first stock we'll take a look at is AMC, and I'm actually taking a look to see if this stock will go on a long run. And the big part about this is just wondering, will we get the break to the upside, right? I think that you got to be looking at it here to see if you can get that continuation, but the AMC has been trying to get through 5 for a long time now. You can see it right now, couple of days just sitting right there. Now, why could this maybe get through it today? Well, if you guys didn't see, we got some great box office numbers from this holiday, of course. And what is that mainly on? That's mainly on Mulan. Of course, they got some really good numbers. That got a really nice push. We'll see if this can continue to lift there. Not looking bad at all there. We'll be continuing to watch to see how those numbers actually performed. But of course, strong box office with Moana 2. And of course, that could be also helping out Disney today, as you're seeing Disney up a little bit higher, but definitely getting into that more of that selling range. I feel like Disney's starting to top out here, but you got to just keep your eyes open to see what happens there. So AMC, will it get through 5 today? I also watched GME because I think you're starting to get that memester type of move. You had a nice pullback on Friday that actually came back to the 90 EMA. Do they drive it back to 32 today and higher? Or does it start to break down? If GME starts to break down, I won't be feeling too positive about AMC. But of course, GME's had a big run as of late. It's up about, let's say, 33% in just about a couple of weeks. So we'll see. Can GameStop really continue to push? Something to look at. All right, let's go to another one here. We can take a look at, let's go to Amazon as we talk a little bit about some Black Friday numbers. We'll talk a little bit more about it in the Sunrise Report, but Amazon doing pretty well here and continuing to lift there almost to the 210 area. And I did see kind of multiple mentions out there about Amazon and how they're kind of battling with TikTok and things like that. But overall, I think that the Black Friday rally has started from that. And we actually got a pop above the 200 last week, and that was on Monday. We continued just to climb throughout the day, throughout the week. And I think that that's important to look at. Now we're looking for a continuation move back towards the highs. There's this high over here, 215.90. Will we go back to 216? I think Amazon has potential of getting to the new highs before what? Before 2025, of course. Is Santa Claus coming to town? I think he's definitely, and he's using Amazon. So he's using Prime. Santa has Prime. So smash that like, guys. How we doing out there? Future day trader Vic. What's going on out there, guys? Tesla, Reddit, Affirm, Amazon. All good names there. Mara mentioned SMCI. I don't know about that one. I'm staying far away from super microcomputers, but hey, can't blame you for taking a look at it and having it on the list. All right, let's keep it going. Let's go to the next one here. We'll talk a little bit more about some different stocks out there. One more here for you guys, of course. Let's talk a little bit about it. We talked already about two of these names. Here's one that you're probably not thinking about. What about PLL and Piedmont Lithium? So what am I seeing here is a classic pattern that has a tendency of showing up always. So we have this kind of nice trending up line here. We got a nice horizontal line, right? So this is not kind of more of your flagging pattern, but more of your pennant pattern. Now we could still get a little bit of a pullback before we get the big breakout, but I'm seeing that we have a potential to really break back above this $15 and break maybe towards 17. So I'm looking to see if we can break above this kind of 1450s and start to break above the trend line, make a move here on PLL. And this is more of a lithium play overall. You can take a look at different lithium players to see how they're setting up. You can see it on LAC. You can see it on different names. LTHM doesn't really exist anymore, but let me get you a different one here. What about like SQM and starting to get the move, right? So I'll see if these can start to get the move. This is the one that I like on a long-term basis, like investment outlook, but taking a look to see if some of these lithium names can start to make a move and start to push higher. So just as a different type of play, something that could be longer, kind of more of a swing trade mentality. We'll see what happens there. All right, let's keep it going, guys. We'll take a get out of the playbook. We'll go into some of the sunrise report. We'll take a look at what's going on in the market today, right? What's on the radar? What do we need to be looking for? Crypto on watch, of course, as it's surging to 99,000 before the pullback to 95,000. Will those crypto names go higher? Find out. Let's talk a little bit more about it on the Sunrise Report. All right, team, let's talk a little bit more about what's going on in the market right now. We'll talk a little bit about it, of course. November recap here. We had a stellar month for stocks, boosted, of course, by the post-election rally. It's crazy to think about it. We're almost a month from that election. Of course, the Dow up 7.5%, crossing the 45,000 for the first time. The S&P 500 up 5.7%, hitting all-time high. The Russell 2000 soared 10%. And its biggest monthly gain of 2024 just happened. So that whole thing of small caps for the end of the year, yes, that's exactly what we've been seeing push. Now, key themes to watch this week. Of course, we got economic data. We got manufacturing, construction spending reports today with major labor data later this week. So, of course, a lot of watch on that labor data to talk about what's going to happen with the FOMC. And of course, we do have a meeting in December, so pay attention to this. And Fed speeches, insights from expected from Fed Governor Christopher Waller and New York Fed President John Williams today. So look for those Fed talk, and you know how that moves the market. So what's your outlook for December, guys? Will the bulls keep this party running? Let me know in the chat. I'd love to hear it. Let's go to Stellantis this morning as they have some news. And of course, you're seeing it down big after Stellantis plunges 9% after the CEO, Carlos Tavares, resigned, citing different views with the board. And there was definitely a battle. This is all really based upon just the sales. The sales really being slacking, and Jeep maker expects it to fill its position by late 2025. So, of course, you guys seen Stellantis, it's come down, and it's a massive turnaround after this was just up there to $30, now back down to $12. So not looking good here. Let's go over to GE Verona, GEV. Most people don't know this one, right? And look at this. This has been just completely ripping to the upside on the weekly. And why is this moving? Well, this is moving because of small modular reactors, SMRs, of course, the nuclear small reactors, right? So this is, of course, a flexible alternative to large-scale nuclear plants with costs ranging between $2 billion compared to $10 billion and $15 billion for traditional reactors. The SMRs can power 200,000 plus households and generate returns on investment. The U.S. plans to triple nuclear capacity by 2050. Yes, you heard that right. Triple nuclear capacity by 2050. And that's very important because that's where the money is going to go, guys. And I think this is an important investment theme for the next generation, right? So 2050, that's still far out for me, but I'll tell you one thing. I definitely want to have some exposure to these investments. So Vernonova sees demand for 57 reactors across the U.S. right now, and U.S., Canada, and U.K. and Europe by 2035. So 57 reactors needed in just, 10 years? So that's pretty intense there. Early deployments are planned in Ontario and Tennessee by 2029 already. So we'll see what happens there. And GE gets the lift on some nuclear conversation. Let's talk a little bit about some Black Friday and what happened there. Let me know in the chat, guys. Did any of you guys go shopping? Let me know. I want to go ahead and take a look at the action out there. But I'm watching it here to see what happens here. There's different stocks, of course. GEV was that stock that went a little bit higher. This is one to kind of keep an eye out for. We'll see what happens there. Stellantis has been really beaten down, so nothing you want there. Let's talk a little bit more about, of course, Black Friday and some of these sales numbers that came out, and something to think about, right? In-store sales growth was muted, but e-commerce surged. Online sales soared, increasing 14.6% according to MasterCard Spending Pulse and 10.2% per Adobe's tally. So this just tells us more and more that the consumer's preference for convenience and choice is what mattered here. And so names like Shopify, Amazon, those were the names that we wanted action in. Why? Because they're the platforms behind these purchases. All right. And so you can see here key retailers like Amazon and Walmart likely benefited from the e-commerce boom, while department stores and big box retailers saw flat or weaker performance. Top online sellers: makeup, Bluetooth speakers, espresso machines. Yes, I got to be honest. I was part of those espresso machines on Black Friday, and you'll see a little smile on me, a little pinkies up as I got a nice little latte action going on. So shout out to everyone that went and buying for those latte machines. We'll see what happens out there, but definitely let's keep it going, guys. Looks like Jerome Powell is calling me again. Jerome, leave the market alone, man. I'm trying to trade here. All right, let's keep it going, guys. We'll see what else is out there right now, but definitely Amazon numbers, not bad here. Overall trend here from U.S. holiday spending from November 1st to December 24th is projected to rise 3.2% year over year, though inflation continues to shape that narrative. So keep your eyes on that action. And the last news that we have this morning to cover is going to be on Intel, as Intel is taking a little bit of a lift here in the pre-market. It got a quick little spike there to 2570s, 2556 actually. And this is all on the CEO, Pat Gensler, is going to retire here. And so this is a retiring effective December 1st. Shares of Intel were up 5% Monday in the pre-market trading. Of course, Gelsinger's retirement comes after a week after Intel finalized a $7.86 billion grant, which is stated to fund the company's factory building plans. And it just looks like it was his time to come out. The market was ready for him, and they kind of knew it here. Take a look at the chart as you see in that quick spike there in Intel. We'll see what happens here. It's definitely something to look at, but Intel trying to go higher off of that mention. All right, guys, we'll take a look at the different stocks out there, but this is one of those days where I get a little frustrated because the Qs were so kind of heavy on Friday's action, and then we're coming down. Well, if you bought the close there, you can see here, nice little closing action. It's starting to push now. Now we're getting up there towards that 511. Mistaken there. Of course, that was Wednesday's action. Friday's action was still a good day, but we're starting to push right now in the Qs. You can see that rise there towards the 511. Will we just continue going on a little bit of a breakout? It seems like we're having ourselves a little bit of a holiday rally here, and I think that's something definitely to look at. Tesla on the radar. I talked about how this could get back above the 350s. It's above the 350s now already in the pre-market. So this is coming up and coming fast for the resistance. Resistance is around 361. So I think Tesla could continue to make a run and continue to make a rally. Of course, on Friday, I played this, sold it early, but this just continued to rally up higher as Tesla's up there to 352.20s. So definitely something to look out there to see if we can capture this. All right, guys, we'll take a look at some other action there. Let me go ahead and pull this back. We'll talk a little bit about some trading action right now. We can take a look at some of the smaller names also. What are you guys taking a look at this morning? Is it UMAC? I did see UMAC making a nice move earlier in the day. It's still trading kind of sideways from that pop. And that was earlier in the morning where this popped to 25. It's going sideways now off the 23, and something definitely to watch for. All right, there's multiple names here in the small names, guys. So if you guys have stocks or you want to talk about the competition, throw up some questions in the chat. I'll definitely catch you guys. I'll get the top 20, but I would like a hat to be as the prize. Yeah, it's not a bad one. Hey, I'll tell you what, get top 20 there, and I'll find a way to make that hat appear at the house, right? Let me know. And I'm going to be looking to do some more swag giveaways, right? And so I'm going to talk to the team here, see if I can get a couple of these hats to try to give them away for the holiday time. I know we don't just give them away, but hey, who knows? Maybe I'll be able to try to work something up there. Definitely smash the like. Let me know. Or also hit the comments after. Let them know. I want that hat. All right, we'll keep going, guys. And if you guys have any stocks you guys are checking out this morning, throw them up in the chat. I know that we got a couple of late members. I'm sorry about the late stream start. It looks like we had some issues this morning, but it's okay. We got it up. We're running, and we'll keep going here, guys. We'll see what else is going on out there. All right. Let's keep taking a look at the market out there. We'll keep watching. Go up and throw up some of those stocks. We'll go through some of this watch list right now. You guys know where you're at. Of course, it's Trade the Pool. Let's get to the trading side of things, guys. Let's go take a look at things. I'm ready to get trading. Even in my other accounts, I can go ahead and take a pre-market trade here. So it's 9:06. Let's get things started. It's TTP Live. Let's go, team. Wants 200, baby. You ready to get back to the trading action?
You aim, you shoot, and make money.
It's going to be a great day. You guys know where you're at. All right, team. I see it running there. SMCI getting some news this morning. Completion of the independent committee. Looks like there was no reinstatement of reported financials expected. So looks like everything's going great here, at least from the key findings. I'm going to review this this PR that just came out, guys. Literally just came out seconds ago. I'm trying to give you guys a nice little quick recap here. Let me go ahead and do that for you. All right, here you go. I'm getting that summary for us here. There's nothing like good old Chat GPT when you get these kind of PRs. Instead of going through all of them, just put them into an AI so that you can know exactly what's going on here. This is the way I go about it all the time, guys. You got to know how to do it really quickly, though. That's the thing that's going to help you here. All right, guys, so pretty much key takeaways. An independent special committee found no evidence of misconduct and management of the board of directors. Financial reinstatements are not required. The board has adopted recommendation to bolster governance and executive leadership, integrity. Senior management and audit committee demonstrated strong commitment to acquire financial reporting. No issues with revenue recognition or sales practice, including the quarter end transaction. No violation of U.S. export laws were found. So transitioning to a new CFO will align with growth goals. Appointing a chief accounting officer and chief compliance officer and general counsel for added oversight. The company is completing the outstanding regulatory filings and implementing all recommendations to support its rapid growth in AI. So this is pretty much the signal that they needed, the bulls needed to stay in this. Now the question is, how much will it continue going higher? It did get a quick rip here towards about 37.90s. The question is, do we trade it now? Do we trade it here in the pre-market? And that's the question. I think you're definitely seeing some traders jump all over that headline, and the algos jumped on it. We'll see if we get a pullback here to the 9 EMA around the 35 spot is maybe the only way that I could see playing this. But it's definitely high risk, high return there on SMCI. I still don't like it. I mean, I know that the auditor said this and maybe it's coming back, but to me, it's just too much risk. It's something that you can make a lot of money, but you could also just lose all your money. So we'll see what happens. The hourly tells me 35 also. So that's a good sign there that 35 could be that pullback. We'll see if we get it, right? It's 36.80s right now. Could just take 37 and go to 40s here. It's definitely an interesting play for like a scalp in the pre-market, but that's the only way that I'd be looking at it. Maybe scalping it or maybe taking very small size to see if it really runs. But it's something to look at. Definitely will be on the radar. UAVS also moving today as a smaller name. We'll look to see if this can continue to run. Definitely going to take a look at some of those other ones. TSLL getting a nice little push. Of course, that's his Tesla getting a nice little push there. ETHU, guys, now ETHU is now trading at 10. Of course, you guys know I brought you guys this, and we talked about this when? We talked about this when this stock was down there at 750s. It's now at 10. That's 36% higher. So those that you guys were looking to see, what would happen in Ethereum? Well, there it is. Ethereum continuing to run. You could have also gone through this with just ETH and see how that has gone, right? This did a nice little stock split. It's up 18, 19% from there. So Ethereum, a really nice bet if you guys were looking to see Bitcoin run to 100,000. Well, why not also look at the underlying basket of other coins that could move based on this? And another thing just to mention, Solana is soon to be coming out with an ETF also. So look out for that as just talk to maybe look for different trades. Wait for retracement. I agree, Brian. I'll be looking for that retracement, and we could do maybe like a 50% retracement on the pop, right? Or you can just take a look at the recent retracement. 28.84 was at 50% of that recent move. So it didn't even come back to there. It's holding right now, and it's running into this resistance here around the 37.80s, $38. Then there's the resistance right here of the 39.20s or 30 or 39 overall. So I'd be looking to see if that can hold here in the pre-market. If it takes it out, then it could just continue to run there. SMCI, strong move there, 37.89s. We'll look to see if it keeps moving. All right, may the best traders win the competition. Let's go. Where's Short Dude? Short Dude's, I love that name there. CleanSpark earnings and CC today. Yeah, how did is CleanSpark after the bell? I believe it's after the bell. Let me go ahead and see here. All right, CleanSpark. I'm just confirming here. CleanSpark is after the market today. Yeah, so we'll see what happens there in CleanSpark. Can it get the lift off with the earnings? The daily is looking interesting there for CleanSpark. We'll have to wait and find out what happens today. But also, I'm watching those retail names still. ANF, Lulu. There's still capabilities of these stocks making run into the holidays. Is Santa Claus coming to town, guys? We'll take a look around there. There's Short Dude. You know it. Will our competition account populate in the platform window? Yes, this is a great question, Short Dude. I wanted to kind of review this before the market opened and before we got to the competition, right? So this is what we got to do, guys. So, of course, you guys see the accounts that I have here, right? These are, of course, the evals that I have, right? And if I'm on those, right, I'm not going to be able to get access to the competition accounts. You guys see it. I can't get access to those competition accounts on this one. So what I need to do is essentially exit the platform and log in with the credentials only for the competition. So I can't show you my credentials, of course, but I can show you where it is, right? So what you want to do is you want to go to your Trade the Pool account, right? You want to pull it up, right? You want to open up your Rule the Pool competition, right? And then you want to go to the top right here, and you want to find where it says credentials. Hit that, and it's going to give you a different login and password. Right now, they're blocked because the account's not open. But at 9:30, you will get access to go ahead and log in. Of course, this is something that I want to try to give feedback for the boys because I would love for this to be opened at like 9:20 and then maybe blocked the trading until 9:30. But take a look at it, guys. Make sure you have those credentials ready to go so that you have this and you can just copy and paste it once it comes up. I'm not going to click it because it'll literally just give you guys access to my account. But this is what you want to be looking at, guys. And of course, you want to go ahead and try to take all you can, right? There's different rules here, but I think you just keep pushing, guys. We'll see what happens. 200,000. Try to make as much as you can on these accounts. It's a competition, so we can just keep pushing and seeing what we can do, guys. But definitely hit the credentials, guys. Go ahead and check it out, guys. And get your competition account ready to go. And another thing is, I like this at least because if I have to trade my evals and the competition account at the same time, probably not a good solution for me. So I'm going to be trading, of course, the competition account and putting my evals on the side. Does it mean I won't take a trade at all? No, I could still take a trade on those. But what I would do is just set a stop, a risk profit, and kind of make a nice, simple trade, see if it can push me forward on those evals. Of course, if you have just a slight amount of days left on your evaluation, maybe you just want to focus on that versus the competition. But of course, today we're here to rule the pool. And I'm here to get after this competition, get to that top 10. I don't know about you guys. I'm excited. Let's go make that money. And it's fun. It's fun when you can trade with size, right? The big important thing, though, of course, is for me, build a cushion. Because what do we have, right? We have a max loss. And the max loss is to 20,000, right? That's just overall. But you do have a daily pause at 5,000. You can't give up more than 5,000 in one day. And so what I want to do is essentially create some profits, maybe make $2,000, $3,000, and then I have $8,000 to risk on any one trade and make a big amount, right? So I think that this is the way to go about it to win the competition, of course. It's very difficult to win the competition, but I think one of the most important things is trying to take some bigger swings and build some kind of cushion early to use that as your beginning buffer in the trading action, right? Because if you just go for the first swing and then you're up a good amount, but you don't take the money, and then you take a big hit to start it off, that's how you start getting the risk too high, and then you're not even taking rewards. So don't forget to take some rewards when you have them there and present. And this is a really good exercise for learning how you could potentially size up and take more money. So for those traders, they're going to be traders that just go gambling and just throw the money out there. That's fine. But for those traders like myself and others that are really trying to push themselves, this is one way to really see what skills you really have. So push yourself. See what you can do. Try to build a cushion. Try to build some nice profits to use to go off of that and make some bigger trades. We'll see what happens there. And like always, you don't need to go insane with the sizing. Like I like to do a lot of the times is start small and size up to the position that I want to get to. And a lot of times that's going to be when I'm in the green, right? So looking for a trade that can get a nice run, and then I can really take some bigger swings. All right, we'll see what happens there. Get ready for the competition, guys. And this is why I have this ready, because I'm ready to go ahead and just grab my credentials and get going on the new account. All right, that's it for the breakdown there. I just wanted to go ahead and tell you what was going on there. All right, guys, first day here, got to get used to the platform. I watched a bunch of the YouTube videos. I have mostly traded on Thinkorswim or TOS. Well, Brian, I won't tell you what I think about TOS, but I will tell you what I think about our platform, of course. It's really simple and not complex, right? Try not to make it hard for yourself. And another thing is you can still use your Thinkorswim charts if you'd like to use them. You see me here using different platforms, a different charting service, and a different platform, Trade the Pool, to execute my trades in, right? So I use the Trade the Pool platform, but that doesn't mean that I have to use the charts. Always have tools in your tool belt and check out our partners. We have different partners that you can check out and test some of these, of course. And that's what I think is very important. Have those tools to help you guys. SMCI up almost $7. Let's go to SMCI as it's continued to make a little bit of a pop. It was a quick little pop, guys. We talked about it there at the 37. Would it continue? It did go up there closer towards that 40. I talked about would it get there towards the daily resistance, and it went right to it, right? So there you have it, right to it, and now pulls off of that. Now we can look for a little bit of a pullback action. I'm looking for a pullback to 35. That's the only way I can maybe look at this trade to get after it. SMCI is going crazy. It's not that crazy, guys. It's only a couple dollar moves. It's like a 20% move. I mean, comparable to some smaller names, definitely. But what you can look for is what about SMCX? I think it is. Yeah. So this is 2 times the leverage, right? So this is a whole nother ball game, and this is going to be moving even faster than SMCI. And so I'd be looking at the one like this. Look at this run. This one's a 38% run, almost a 40% run. So we'll see what happens. It's just a different way to trade this. And I remember when SMCI was what? It was over here, guys, and it was trading like at I think it was trading at like $2 or something like that. Of course, it did do a 1-for-20 split that helped it get right back up there. But man, it's been an amazing move there. 211%. I can't trade this, but hey, can I still sign up for the competition? No, I do not feel that you can get into the competition anymore. You can try to do it through our website, but I do not think you can. Let me see if there's for any way still access to it. No, I don't see it there. But you can try it, man. Just go to our website. If not, you can just try our demo. But you got to be aware of these competition accounts when we put them out there. We talked about it all week last week. I'm sorry you missed out if you weren't able to get into it. But definitely you can check out our website to see if there's any way of you getting on there. Maybe you can reach out to the competition, to the customer service to see if you can get on. But I do not think you'll be able to now. But like always, check out our website just in case you get on there, and just in case maybe you can be able to get in still. All right, guys, of course, Rule the Pool competition is going to be starting just in a second here. We'll get started at 9:30. Ready to go ahead and bring my account down and then maybe go trade in some other account. But definitely, we're going to be also looking at UMAC. UMAC is interesting, right? Of course, this went up because Donald Trump Jr. is joining the board. This thing was spiking earlier, spiking to 25. Now it's actually on the downside action and washing out a lot of traders. We'll see what happens on UMAC towards the bell. Adding Square and Marvell to the list. That's not bad ones to look at. Square has been recently popping with PayPal, and we'll see if PayPal can keep going and Block keep going. So PayPal, of course, up there towards almost 88. This one actually looks a little bit better, I think, than even Square right now. So I like PayPal here. I'd be looking at this. Of course, we've been seeing these credit services get a nice little jump. SoFi has been pushing on that end, and you've been seeing that continue to climb, almost now 17. But keep your eyes on these names. It's something definitely to watch here. DFS and some of the different credit cards today. Will those get a little bit of a lift with what was mentioned in the Black Friday numbers? So keep your eyes on that action today. Mitch, what's your best trading setup for today, sir? You're a trading titan. Well, Kevin, we could take a look at it. Best setup today is going to be a little bit of difference, right? Because you can take a look into different stocks, right? Like let's say like this Clean Spark, right? So this Clean Spark has been in some sideways consolidation. This is one that definitely is going to be on the radar for traders out there that are looking for the Bitcoin type of trade. So this is a nice little strategy where you're just trying to see if it can break outside of the consolidation rectangle. So you can see here we're in kind of this rectangle, and you're just looking to see if you can break above that, going to 16 and actually holding the break, because a lot of times we're getting breaks above towards 1580s, but then the close is below 15. So get above 15 and start to actually hold, like let's say on a 15-minute candle, is going to be very important. And you're right there, 1483s. It's one to watch. On the playbook, I gave a simple daily playbook outlook on PLL. This is a nice little setup. And then what about AMC today? AMC's been trying to get through 5 for a long time now. Had a lot of volume on this candle that started to approach the 5. It went to 495, and the next day we went to 501. The next day we went to $5. The next day we went to 507. There's a big fish here at the $5, but can he get taken out? Can that go ahead and push higher? All things to look at. And of course, Tesla has been strong and looking for that push to continue. Mobileye is one that I'll give on the radar that I really like. We've talked about this one now for what? I think we talked about this one since the 19th, right? So we're looking back on time, right? So I think you take a look to see if this one can finally fill the gap, get back up there towards $20 today. It's at 1834s. A lot of bottoming action towards the 1780s. So I'd look for 1780s, 17s to hold and a rip towards the 19s and 20s today. We'll see what happens there in Mobileye. All right, Intel. Would you trade Intel above the VWAP? Yes, it's not a bad one to look at. I'd be looking at it on a 15-minute basis, but I'd also wouldn't mind to see an undercut of the VWAP. VWAP is 2481 right now, and so maybe a cut down right below 25 out the gates, and then a recovery is something to look for in Intel. Of course, Intel has made a little bit of a push, and this was off the CEO mentions. I like the 15-minute 9 EMA, 2460, and then a recovery of 25. All right, we'll see what other ones are moving. Of course, SMCI now pulling back there to the 3780s. 35 seems like a good spot. On the 9 EMA, it's 3440s on that. So just to give a different spot there, 3440s and 35s areas to look for. Pullbacks on SMCI. All right, we can take a look at some different names out there. Smash it up out there, guys. We need to create a group to pass these eValves accounts, future day trade. Well, we got the Discord, right? And you can always reach out to me, guys, at Mitch_TTP, Money Mitch. Of course, you guys can always look out and kind of reach out to me, guys. If you guys don't know before, of course, I have a nice Twitter. Reach out to me, guys. I'm here to help you guys. I'm here to help you push forward. There's plenty of ways to get to that money, guys. We just got to find our way around it. We can do this, guys. Just keep pushing. All right, let's see what else is out there and what else we can come up with here. Just got to fix my window a little bit here. Let me make myself a little bit bigger here. All right, there we go. Update that. Boom, boom. All right, guys, we'll see what happens here out the gates. But don't forget, make sure that you have your competition credentials ready to go. Competition opens at 9:30, guys. So 9:30 is when the competition account opens, guys. Get ready. Trying to put a little bottom message here. Gotta fix this up right quick here. Just give me 2 seconds, guys. Trying to make sure we're ready to go here. It's 9:26, guys. Smash it up. All right, there we go. This should help here. Boom, scroll it. Let's go. Let's go. There it is at the bottom, guys. So competition alert. The action kicks off at 9:30 sharp. Don't miss out. Grab your credentials in the Trader Hub now and secure your spot. Let's go, guys. Let's go. Let's get after it. Who's getting on the top 20? Who's ready to go, guys? I know that you guys are excited just like I am for this competition. I enjoy the competition, guys. I got on the top 15 last time for a little while. I want the top 10 now. Let's go, guys. Let's take some shots. Let's see what we can come up with. And, of course, I'll let you guys know what kind of trades out there that I'm seeing or what type of trades are working already. Let's go, team. Let's go. Let's get ready here. Of course, at 9:30, what am I going to do? I'll be logging into the other account. And I'll take some seconds to really set up, guys. So don't get crazy right out the gates as soon as you open that account because it's going to be very difficult, right? Because we're logging in, and that's going to take a second here. So definitely smash the like, guys. We'll get ready to go. Have your credentials ready, and that's what matters. All right, guys, and we'll see what happens in some of the small cap names. I do want to trade some of these, but to tell you the truth, I think I'm just going to focus on the competition account today and just try to push it in there. And then I can worry about evals later once I have a little bit of money in the bag. And we did get a move there in Intel back towards that 2480 area, undercut it, and now it's starting to come back. So this one could make a rally right out the gates there on Intel. Looking good this morning. We'll see if that can help NVIDIA or others make a move. AMD, NVIDIA already lifting here. So I think AMD is definitely on the radar with that NVIDIA lift. Apple's another one to watch, right? We'll look to see if Apple starts to recover. It's been hot. It's near the top. It's near a breakout is Apple. Can it break the 240s today? Big watch here, guys. 929, 930. Here's the bell. Let's get after it, traders. I'm going to go ahead and close my thing here and reopen it. Get those accounts going, guys. Make sure you're grabbing your credentials and getting after it here. All right, guys. So setting it up here. Just give me a 2 seconds as I set up here. I'll be watching still the market to tell you guys what's going on out there and what's getting the move here. It's 9:29, about to be 9:30 here, so getting it set up here. Maybe you might want to take the screen off there so I don't give you guys my credentials. At least the password you can't see. All right, there, guys. Make sure you grab that and you grab your password. I'd probably save it. All right, getting logged in here, guys. Make sure you can log in. Mine's already being able to log in there, so go check it out, guys. 9:30 is open here. Now where I'm logged in here, now I can go ahead and focus, try to get some of these windows set up here. So just give me a second here as I set up my windows. There it is. Play already set up there. So we'll look at the gainers and losers list, but here we go, guys. Competition's open. Let's go get that money, guys. Let's go get it. Apple, big break out the open. Nice move there at Apple. Nice break out there. Intel, recovery of the 25 there. Intel's one that I'm watching right out the gates here. Will it be able to continue the lift there? It's coming right back to this 2480s. Double bottom here around the 2480s, right out the gates here. Will we come right back up here? I'm thinking about risking on this 2470s if we can hold on it and then come right back up there. It doesn't look too bad here in Intel. Let's see if we take a test here to 65s and then a recovery there in Intel. Let's go to SMCI to see what's going on that one. Pulling back there. UMAC getting a nice little lift out the gates there, back towards 23s. We'll be watching to see what's out there, guys. Smash the like. You know where you're at. It's Trade the Pool. Let's go, guys. Already logged in there. Let's go, guys. Is there a leader site? Yes, you will be able to see the leaders at the end of the day, but throughout the day, I'll be able to tell you guys who's leading and what big trades are going on. So stick around, team. I have access to the back of the competition, so I'll be able to take a look at some bigger traders that are on out there. So smash it up, guys. Let's go. All right, there's Intel coming back there. I'm looking at Intel here, guys. All right, guys, taking a quick trade here on Intel here. So I just longed 2,000 shares there of Intel. Let's see if we can get a little bit of a pop here. All right, little pop here on the 25s. Let's see if we can get to the 2520s up there, back there. I'll go ahead and I'll sell out and just take the first little profit here. Quick little profit. That's what I'm looking for. All right, back down below the 25s. Was looking for this to hold that 25, so now I need to keep it close here. Don't want to come back down to those lows. All right, first lift here back towards the 25. Let's see if the Intel can keep going here. Seeing the SPY and the Q rip, guys. SPY and Q ripping to the upside. So we're having a really strong day to start it off in the markets. Look for what stocks are up. Look for what stocks are up. That's going to be very important to catch. Okay, we're having some Black Friday stocks make a nice little push. Victoria's Secret, Urban, getting a nice little lift. A&F up to this morning to start it off. So keep your eyes on those. Lulu's looking good too. Lulu with a nice little breakout. XRT pushing on a pullback right now. So take a look to see which of those names you like. Just something to look at. If I look at the sectors leading the action here, I see technology leading, cyclicals and healthcare behind that, but only mainly cyclicals and technology in the green here out the open. Getting a wash here on the Intel. Going to give it one more second here to see if it holds its 70s. If not, got to go ahead and let it go here. All right, guys, have the stop place here. Might take a first hit on this. This would be a decent size hit here. So the key is, does it hold the 65? I feel like it's going to attempt here to hit the 65 and then come off of that. We'll see if it's able to come off of that 65 look and then recover here. Is recovering a little bit here. We'll see if it actually recovers. Don't want it through that low now here. Just going to keep watch of this. Doesn't look good on Intel here as it's struggling, and yet there's a lot of stocks ripping here. So I'm on the wrong stocks here. That's what I feel. Look at the Qs. We'll take a look at what's leading. I talked about AMD could be one of those names. ARM with a nice little push. Lulu, Tesla, Team, Grail, AMAT with a big push there. So just trying to look at some stocks for you guys. Meta with a big push there. Fortnite, Netflix, AMD pushing. Zscaler, Amazon. There's some good names out there. So just be careful out there. With names that are in the red, because there's a lot of names that are in the green, looking for those names to continue. And we're getting a nice little push. PayPal pulling back to the VWAP there. One to watch there, but not bad stocks here, guys. Of course, looking to the tech names, those look like they're leading right now. We'll see what happens in the cyclicals. All right, guys, now Intel coming back here. This is going to be the spot where I can either add or go for the win here. I'm just going to wait here to see if it starts to recover the 2490s first. If it can't recover the 2490s, probably just going to get out and take the hit here. All right, Intel trying to recover here off of the 24 pullback. Got there back towards like 2488s. Hasn't been able to recover the 2490s now. All right, let's go to Intel real quickly there. I am down a decent amount on this. I'm just looking for it to just start to come back through this level. The 15-minute chart still looking decent because it held that 9 EMA. But if it breaks that 9 EMA, that's when I really want to go. Now the 15-minute candle just went green here. Let's see if that can help me start to get the lift there. So you guys see the trade here. I'm trying to make it a little bit bigger so you guys can see the chart. VWAP around 2480s now. I want to see 2480s start to hold here. Might go for the add above the 25s if it can really make the push into the 25s now. Q's just pushing and pushing, guys. This is a breakout if I've seen one in a long time. So the Q's big move up here. Look at the Q's, guys. 513, big breakout. Apple, guys. Apple's one of the names that I've been talking about. I think a lot of the money is going from NVIDIA to Apple. So Apple's leading the action there now towards almost 240. Intel right back to my entry here. Let's see if it takes 25 now. It's been already trying this. If it can't do it now, it'd probably go for another breakdown. So I'm looking for it to take the 25 here and not break the 2480s. All right, could get stopped out here. It stopped out there, guys. It just got to the point where it was just too much. Intel could go right back towards that 25, but I took the hit there. 360 on the downside here in the competition account. In a second, we'll take a look at what are the biggest positions out the open, but we are seeing some of the small ones also move, and those can make you a lot of money. NVCR with a big lift here, 2781s. We'll see if this can continue. This one went from red to green, right back up there. Let's see if it really starts to take off there. NBIS, another one. They made an insane move here. NBIS was up there to 2760s, right back to the VWAP here as this one pushed off. And it was a big break to the upside. Could be right back to 2550s on the 9 EMA. It's touching the resistance right now, 26. Can it get back up there? Something to think about. These are smaller names, right? SMCI. Right back to 37 and holding, but hasn't broken down towards the 35. It did come back to the VWAP here. Will it be able to hold VWAP and get right back up? Xena starting to break down, and this is one that I have on the short radar out there, guys, because this thing was an absolute monster. But we'll see what happens on this thing. Is breaking down big here, and I do like this for a potential short, but this thing went down already 45-50 cents here. Could break down to the $7 today, so I'd like a little bounce there in Xena to get short, but we'll see what happens there. Intel going down there, so glad I got out of that one. What are you guys taking a look at out there? Short, dude, close your account, close the platform and reopen, and make sure that you have the right kind of credentials, and then restart it up. Let's go, guys. What are you guys trading? What are you guys liking out there? I'm looking at around SMCIs back at the 37s, holding in there. Intel came back to 2450s, looking all right there. Lulu right back at the VWAP. Looks good there on Lulu. I'm going for Lulu here. All right, grab some Lulu there, 100 shares. Nothing big right now. I wanted to come back just a little bit further back here, and then I'll add into this, but wanted a little starter here, not to miss it there. So here's a little bit of a push here on Lulu, looking to see if we can continue to grind higher on some of these retail names. ANF is another one that I like, and look at the push on ANF here out the gates here. So retail could be coming back today. I'm looking to see what those names are doing well. Burlington's another one that's pushing well. Urban's doing well. Victoria's Secret pushing strong. Five Below. BJ's looking good there. AEO now trying to catch up with ANF, right? This is just playing a little bit of some catch up there, trying to catch up to that rip there. We'll see what happens. Lulu taking a shot here to start it off. Took a little bit of a hit earlier. Looking around, Lulu with a big spike here today. Etsy going down there, looking around. Q's still strong here, guys. Still strong on the Q's. What am I seeing leading? I'm seeing ARM with a nice little push. LRX, AVGO, AMD, big push there, 138 to 140s. We'll look to see if it comes back to the VWAP, but strong moves out the gates here today. Lulu started to push here. I'm going to go for an add on any pullback here. I just need to go with some limits to try to improve my average. Seeing some overall strength in the market today, that's for sure. We'll see if we can continue this lift off, but nice little push in Lulu already here, looking to go ahead and get an add on any pullback. Let's see if we get the pullback here. Trying to get an add on Lulu. We'll see if it pulls back. If not, I'll just leave this size to just run here. If it takes out the high, I can always add. All right, that's working well there. I'll look for XRT to start coming back fast, and this is coming back fast. So I like this action here on the XRT to actually make a nice move today. So I'm looking to make a bigger bet on that. So I'm looking for a bigger bet here now on this XRT move. Ooh, it got too much. Not enough buying power. Not enough buying power. All right, still holding well here. Let's see if it takes the 83s here. I'm going with 1,000 shares here on the XRT to see if we can just get a nice little push here. See if I can get another 500 on the pullback on the VWAP. That's 75. All right, let's see if the XRT starts to move there. Lulu still trying to fill that pullback fill. Now I got 200 of Lulu there. Now I got an average around 325.70. So feeling good about Lulu. Just need to see it break the highs. Q still pulling back there, so just be careful a little bit here. Getting some pullback action here. Quick pullback in the XRT there. Triggered some stops. Now I'm going to see if Lulu can really start to move. All right, that's good action there on that first push. Let's see if we can really start to get this going and then to get XRT to start pushing here. Lulu looking really good there. I want to add to Lulu there, but the truth is I have this XRT position that's taking some of my buying power. I don't have too much more to add that I can for Lulu. The spread on this XRT is getting a little annoying here, so I'm watching to see it start to get into the green so I can maybe just get out of here. Take the quick gain there and then look to see what happens. XRT still looking decent there. Just needs to recover right back up there through this high, this 82, 86. What's going on out there, trader? How we doing? Come on now. Lulu is not looking good. Why not? What is looking good? X-Spin is going, but a bit extended. John, why play X-Ping? Why play China names? How's Lulu not looking good? It's a nice looking pattern there, but hey, to each his own, right? To each his own. All right, let's see if I can get a spike here on the XRT overall. Just trying to get that like 360 back, that 400 back here. We'll see if XRT can really start to move here. I want to start seeing XRT hold the VWAP now. So hold that 75 pullback. A&F pushing strong, man. A&F. Abercrombie with the big move there, guys. Look at that daily on that now. Looking good on that A&F push. Apple's the main boy that's pushing there. Nice move there. 239.60. Let's go to the Qs here. See what's leading on the Qs. See what's leading in the SPY. So you got AVGO. Oh, Norwegian Cruise Lines. The cruise ships. Talked about this on last week. Didn't expect them to be that strong into today, but it looks like the Black Friday sales got those things moving. GEV with a nice little push. We talked about that stock. That's a nuclear play. So keep your eyes on that. Getting XRT right back down to the bottom there. Got to watch it through the 60 here. If it cuts through that, just going to go ahead and take it out there. It might go for a double bottom look here at the 82.57s, but I'm probably going to take a hit there. If it goes ahead and stops me out there, let it go. Looking into AVGO getting back there to the 168s. We'll look to see what happens there. Norwegian, big push there. Trying to take a look at the stocks that are moving for you guys. TER, big push. Qualcomm back up there. Netflix continuing. NVIDIA, nice little move there. 1% up on Micron. Google up 1%. So definitely some strong moves. Some of the leaders in the leisure space, that's definite sure. Las Vegas Sands with a nice little push. AMD still pushing strong on that one. Nice little pullback to the VWAP. Now going back through that 140. All right, guys, just tighten down the wrist there on the XRT to 150. We'll look to see if we get the rip, but Lulu's pushing now. At this point, I won't let Lulu become a loser. And I'm looking to see if XRT can push here, and then I can go ahead and look for the breakout above Lulu for an add. So Lulu in kind of a symmetrical triangle now. Now need to see it break above the 328s for the continuation. Just brought down the stop to 180 there because it's right on the VWAP there for XRT. We'll see what happens here. All right, going towards the SPY. The SPY looks like it wants another move back towards the 603.70s. Back through the 602.90 area would be a little bit of a sign of concern, but looking decent there. We'll see what happens if the SPY can go right back to the highs. Q's right on the highs here on the 15 minutes. So big push there in the Q's. Looking like it wants to keep going there. Apple right back at VWAP. Will Apple just get the lift here? Doesn't look bad. I'd like the 238s on Apple, a little further pulled back, but looks interesting. Definitely. SMCI almost to that 35 spot. So 35, 32. And I was giving that 35 in the pre-market. Let's see if it catches on this 35 and starts to hold on that, starts to reverse back. XRT cutting me out there, down 551 here. Not a big deal at all. We'll get to the point where we get into the green. Just being smart with the risk, cutting it early, and we'll get a nice winner here. SMCI just made a double bottom at 35.33s. Is 35 the spot? I'm looking for 35s there. We'll see if SMCI can go back to that spot. All right, guys, let's look around. Let's see what else are the small ones making a move there. XPEV getting a little bit of a lift there. Nice one that you were looking at, XPEV, XPing. There's XPing holding the VWAP a little bit above the VWAP and holding pretty well. We'll look to see if it does make a pullback to that VWAP. There's your XPEV outlook. UMAC, another one. That, of course, big lift because of the Donald Trump Jr. mention. Went to an uphold. Now is on the downside. We'll look to see what happens there. Xena that I talked about short earlier, that one's just continuing to drop. All right, looking around there, NVCR was a big push earlier, now pulled back, just kind of chomping all around there. Lulu trying to take the highs now. Will I add on Lulu? Let's go see it. Lulu looking good here on that lift here. Now I'm starting to get a bigger push here. I'm trying to get another add here on Lulu on the pullback. 327 is kind of the level that I could add on. Let's see what happens here. Will we start to get the lift? All right, let's see if we can really start to get this to start grinding higher here. Up about 370, so trying to get the bounce back with this Lulu. All right, what do you got? SNTI, there you go. I saw that one. That's a smaller name that was making a push there. Went to 940s. Good call out there, man. I'm going to go ahead and bring my scanner up here so that I can keep watch on some of these. But yes, SNTI, the fastest moving one right now. SPAI, another one that's making a move there. And there's Lulu starting to take off, so not looking too bad. But SPAI, another one that's making a move here. SPAI, I'm looking to see if I can get $5 on the pullback here. Wouldn't mind this to get a quick pullback to 5 or underneath 5 here. But if it doesn't pull back to 5, so be it. I'm still looking for it. There's Lulu with a nice little push there. We'll look to see if it can continue grinding higher, but nice little lift off on that first push. Can it get through the high? on the day, which is around that 329. Looking good there on Lulu. Now is approaching the 328.70s. I'm no longer adding on this, just looking to see if it can run. It's about to be up about 500 and a little bit above that. So let's see if it can really start to make the move here. Would like our first $1,000 winner here on Lulu, and then taking the money and run would be a nice look here. All right, let's see if Lulu wants to start running here. SPAI, another one. Can it get to 5? It didn't get to 5. It got to 505 here. We'll see if it can continue making the move. SNTI, of course, smaller names that are making a big push there. PPBT is another one that I saw this morning. They could start coming back. This morning, it was all the way up there to $6. Let's see if it starts to work its way back. 15-minute had a breakdown, but the hourly held that 420. Now starting to come back here. Doesn't look too bad, but nothing major there. SMCI did come back to that 35, 32, double bottomed, and now starting to come back here. Is now the time. I think I'm looking for one more takedown to 35. All right, Lulu not getting that continued breakout above the 329. I'm trying to be patient here, guys. I'm trying to be patient. I could take the 470, and that's going to put us just down about $70, but I'm looking for the breakout above the high here, which is the 329, and we'll see if we can get that. 15 minutes still looks pretty good here. The thing is, we're breaking towards the resistance. We just need to break the resistance here. Next move from here could be towards 334, so I'm trying to hold on, Mitch. All right, what's up out there, guys? John, it says at 3:54, Lulu will be back at VWAP. That was literally 1 minute ago, and it is towards the high, man. So there's one thing, John, for sure, man. I've been catching your comments in the chat. I don't appreciate you being negative towards other traders or myself. If you want to go ahead and say this is not my trade, I would be shorting it there. That's even better. But just saying that it's going to go back against me doesn't mean that you're supporting the community. So I want to make sure there, John, that you're here to support the community. If not, like always, we don't need negativity in the chat. Let's keep going, guys. Let's focus on our trades. Lulu's going really well for me here. Not mad at you at all, John. I just want it to be a supporting community here for other traders not to feel like if they put a trade, they're going to get told that it's coming back against them. That's not what they're there for, guys. That's not what we're here for. All right, Roblox looking good. Might start moving. That's a nice mention, Kevin. We'll take a look at that one. Let's go. RBLX up there to 51.75. Can this one keep going? Of course, Roblox, of course, has a lot of mentions. It's not my favorite stock, but hey, it's something to think about, right? There we go into the 600 now area for Lulu. I'm about to just secure here 460s or something like that, because the truth is that we could pull back off of the highs here and go to VWAP. There's nothing wrong with going to VWAP here if we can't get through the high, but we just ticked it there. Looking to see if we can get above the high there, but I'm also ready to take some cash here if needed. Looking around at those smaller names now, PPBT going to the 5. So I'm keeping an eye on that one as a small name. Looking at Lulu can keep it going here. XRT didn't get that next break, though. It is starting to come back here. Of course, you guys saw me get cut out of that one earlier. We'll see if it starts to make the move to the upside. ANF, though, just strong move there. VSCO, strong move there. So I'm trying to hold on to this Lulu because I'm seeing a lot of retail names up a good amount. Gap doing well. So a lot of these names doing pretty well there today. Even Macy's is up. That tells me something. I don't like Macy's, but to tell you the truth, at the end of the day, it is up. So I don't want to fight that. Wayfair is up also. So I'm seeing a big retail style type of trade right now, even in Wayfair, right? So there's names there that I'm seeing the strength. It means that I can stay and hang on here, look for some scalps maybe in some of the retail names, but something to look at. PPBT now up above towards 520. Talked about how this one can get hot, and it's getting hot. It just pushed off that 5. We'll look to see if it gets above the VWAP, but just one that I'm looking at. NBIS, we'll look to see which one of these can get back above the VWAP. That's what I'm looking for. If you guys see any of these above VWAP, you guys yell at me. Let me know. How's Tesla today? Tesla pulling back now after a quick little rip out the gates. Now the Q's starting to slow down a little bit. That's one thing I am seeing though. SPY down to the 602.60. So keep your eyes on the opening price. We're coming back to opening. We could go a little bit on a pullback action here. So just be careful there, traders. All right, trying to see if Lulu can hold the 327 on the pullback and come right back up. A lot of this is going to also depend on this 15-minute candle for the SPY. Breakdown back towards like 602.40s, and that's going to start to pull back some of the area. If I look at what's up from the open, I only see technology. Cyclicals are starting to pull back, and that's part of those apparel, those leisure trades that I'm in right now. So I'm watching that like a hawk. I'm watching this like a hawk, right? I want to see an undercut and rally. I want to see this start to trend back to the upside. If not, I have to get out of Lulu. So the undercut and rally is an undercut of support and volume increasing as it undercuts and rallies back. The undercut and rally strategy. All right, let's see if it can start to rally here. Let's see if Lulu can just push through the highs. Of course, you guys can see like kind of a trend line approach that I can hold off of around the 327 breakdown. You could get a bid down below that. We didn't want to see the offer below 327 here. Wanted to stay up towards the top end of this and then start to break through that 329. So trying to hang on here, trying to hang on. And of course, this might be more that competition approach, but I just feel like this is the best move with the setup that I have right now. SMCI making another push there towards 11. Big push on SMCI today. Hope somebody's making that cash. Let's go take a look to see some of the bigger traders. So what are they trading, right? Let's go look here, guys. All right, guys, so I'm looking at the biggest trades in the accounts right now. The biggest trade was a nice cashed account. Someone just made $25,000 on this. This is what I want to see here. Ooh, SMCI, $25,000 trade there. Killer trade there. Somebody made it. Somebody killed it. Good job there on SMCI. Great trade. So whoever made that one, hey, shout out to you. So really good trade there. We're checking out some of the best trades out there right now. CRNC, another trade that's out there. Big trade out there, a smaller name, 850. It looks like there's some buys on that one. So really nice chart to definitely take a look at there. Let me see here. Color this red here so that you guys can see the trades also. So boom. There you guys have this one. Look at this one. CRNC up there to the 865s, pushing strong there. Nice little breakout there. We'll look to see what happens on that, but definitely CRNC seems to be one of the top trade stocks right now. I'm seeing PRZ, UMAC, Intel short, giving somebody $2,000. So definitely a lot of traders going all around it here. Now an $8,000 position on that CRNC. So there's some money to be made right now. Projected balance, a top one in 11,000 up here, guys. SMCI, that stock that's giving him $5,000 in return right now. So are there some traders making some money? Oh, you know it, guys. You know it. All right, that's SMCI. We'll look to see if Lulu can keep running here for me. It's not a bad position, but it hasn't broken that 329. We went back to 327.50s here now, so I'm going to probably take the money if it breaks that. All right, guys, it just created a stop there on Lulu just in case it wants to get me out there. Pretty much 327.17s. So slightly above this. I don't want it to come back to this trend line. I'm looking for a 329 break above. A&F continuing and strong there. I'm looking at some of the small ones there. PPBT now to 530s. So keeping an eye on that one. And I'm also seeing API, another name that's making a little bit of a lift. All right, we'll see what happens with this Lulu. Set the stop. Now I'm going to go trading elsewhere. Going to go looking for some of these smaller names to see what I can do with those. SMCI up there to 1280s, guys, and halted again there. So crazy, crazy mover on that SMCI. Let's see if there's another one that can follow it there. NVCR is another one that's climbed back there. That could be another hot name to watch today. I'm watching this one. It's a more expensive stock, but could catch the support there and get right back up there. Looking for some fast moves out there. Fastly being another one that made a nice little move there. Fastly with a big push there off of the 940s all the way up to 1030s. So good move there on the first action. All right, like always, guys, smash the like out there. We got a lot going on, trading competition going on, so let's keep going. SMCI back towards 37.44, so SMCI is catching some love. I still looking for a little bit of more of a pullback, but right now it is coming back there. So there's your 37 break. Let's go to AMC now. This is one that I was watching for a $5 break here. Let's see if we can get a nice little run on AMC. GME, though, pulling back. Not something that I wanted to see today. But looking around out there, PPBT still one that's starting to rise. I talked about this one before the $5 break. Now it's 578 and going for the 6. Let's see what happens if this is the next one to get hot here. So I like the 15-minute outlook that it broke towards 6 and could pull back quickly towards 550s, 540s. Let's go to the 1 minute, see if we get that 540s, 550s pullback. We got a 560s pullback. Let's see if we get a 540s or a 530 pullback on PPBT and then the breakout. So that's what I'm looking for in PPBT here. Smaller name. And what are you guys taking a look at out there? What are some names you guys are trading? Of course, guys, let me know how the competition's going. And if any big traders out there want to just join us for the competition, maybe join in, trade with us. Hey, let me know. The door's open, guys. Upstart on the downside today. That's definitely taking a big hit and continuing to take a beating, just to talk about stocks that are coming down. IonQ coming down there. That tells me watch out for those quantum plays. They are breaking down big. And QMCO with a big breakdown today. This could have been a really nice stock to short today. So I'm looking for comebacks on QMCO to see when I can short this. I would love to get this back to 16 today and then get short on this big. That's the fun part, of course, with Trade the Pool. We get to short names. We get to go long names. What else do you guys want to trade? Let me know. NBIS coming down fast. That one's on the breakdown there. We'll look to see what happens on that. UAVS now starting to get a little bit of a spike, just got above the 10s. This has been a known runner that's been running with RCAT. And so keep your eyes on those names. RCAT is pulling back right now, back to the 1150s. Could bounce back a little bit with this action here. We'll see what happens. Does it start to bounce back there on RCAT? But definitely starting to see a different one making a move off of that. OPTT, smaller name that I'm looking at. PPBT got in that pullback there to the 550s. Still not to the 540s there, but pulled back a pretty good amount. PPBT still holding on here. Could take that move now. Watching it for the break of 6 here. Would love to see a wash to 540s and then recovery here. So I'm trying to be patient for that cut down and then a recovery on PPBT. BT. Purple Biotech. Man, what's going on with my man Tim? I miss you, Tim. I hope everything's all right if you're listening in, man. All right. Do want to mention you guys in the Discord, there is a Discord roundtable for any traders that need help. Valerie is there to help you guys out today. So go over to our Discord. In the description, you should find a link. If you're having some issues getting to our Discord, please let me know. I'll make it happen, team. All right, watching for this PPBT here to see if we get the next lift here. And I'm looking to see what's going on out there. Lulu's still hanging in there, and I'm just trying to hold on Lulu. Hold on, man. Let's see what happens on Lulu here. Let's see if it takes the next step up. I'm going to cancel my stop for right now, looking for a break towards 328.50s, but a break right back towards 327.50s. I got to get out. Watching that PPB pullback there. Now I'm getting that pullback there that I want. Let's see if I can get this entry here. Oh, no entry there on the pullback. I tried to get the 40s there. No entry. Trying to get an entry on this PPBT here. Just recovered fast there, man. Still trying to get an entry on PPBT. There goes Lulu for a little bit of a push here. Let's go for a Lulu ad maybe. Going to hang on Lulu. Just looks good. Looks prime. Holding on, boys. Holding on. Let's see if it breaks that 329. That looks good on PPBT now. As it holds that VWAP 540 touch. All right, looking to see what other ones are moving. SNTI still moving there, guys. Still moving is this SNTI. It's up to 13. It is going through multiple halts now, so just be careful out there. SNTI, big move. PPBT, still looking to try to get a fill in on that. No fill just yet. There goes Lulu now, 582. So looking for that break of the 329 and XRT going to push there. XRT is going for the push right now. So that makes me feel confident about these XRT names. And I'm looking to see what else is trading well there. ANF continuing to trade up there, 5 below, doing really well. Urban being one of those stocks. AEO pushing strong in the cheap names out there. Guess looking good. Amazon, of course, pushing strong. So we'll see if that can continue. The Qs overall, just a strong day. And SPY now trying to catch up. So SPY is a big important look here, guys. It really is important here to start to see the SPY to continue to climb and see what sectors go from red to green. The only sectors in the green right now in the last hour are going to be your technology, cyclicals, healthcare, and defensive. So there's a couple in the green now starting to get there. And some of these were red, like healthcare and defensive. So keep your eyes on that. Big break here for Lulu, now to 329.47. So looking good here, almost up about $1,000. Could probably do a little bit more than this. In a second here, I'll guarantee here $500. So let me just go ahead and do that to make sure that we at least come back on the day, right? So we lost 500. I guaranteed here 502. So what does that mean? Essentially guaranteeing off of the support. So I'm going to put it at 438. I'll give myself a little bit more room here because I'm looking for $1,000 or above. But I want to make sure that if it pulls back, I got the cash. How do I do that? Well, here it is, guys. I'll show you right on the chart. So here's the look here. You guys see it. So I'm putting the stop loss out there. And how do you do that? You can just click the price. You'll get a stop loss and target profit. And then from there, we we can take it to the next level, right? So I'll show you that. Like always, guys, I show my charts all the time, and I try to give you guys the outlook and seeing that. Here you guys see it. There you guys will see me also put out a target profit, a potential target profit of, like, let's say $2,000, right? If I make $2,000 on this, that's a nice cushion to use and try to make some money a little bit later. But good little first push on this 330. Let's see how much of run we can get in Lulu. Right, so looking for at least $1,000. Right now, I'm up about 750s. Around 1,000 will be, let's see, the 331 push. So if it gets to 331, I'm going to start to rise that stop loss with it. All right, let's go back to it, guys. Let's get to smaller name PPBT. There now 577. Still hasn't broken the 6, but starting to get prime for that 6 break. All right, here it is here. Let's see if it really wants to push now. The volume has been pulling back a little bit here, so we need to see some volume really start to come in it. I'm looking into a little bit of a deeper time frame chart here to see if we are approaching the break, and it looks like we are here for the 6. Now needs to hold pullbacks back towards 540s. 5 minute is crossed, 1 minute is crossed. 15 minutes looks pretty decent also. You could still get a pullback to 550s here, so let's see if we can get a quick pullback to 550 and then a break towards the upside. So still looking for one more little pullback there on PPBT before the breakout. API, another one that's kind of making a nice move there, guys. Could get to 6 today, but that one's a little bit slower and the volume dies down quickly. All right, Lulu 936 looking pretty decent here, guys. So let's go, Lulu. Let's go. All right, getting a Lulu pullback here, guys. Just be careful out there. All right, guys, going to guarantee here. I'm putting out 328.70s. So that's guarantee of $600. And now I can just even take the target profit off. It doesn't really even need to be there. I'm just going to trail it and look for the continuation to the upside. But I probably get stopped out of this at some point. I'm just looking for the continuation above the 331s and just continue moving the stop loss. All right, let's go to PPBT. Let's go and see if we get that move. And we got it, guys. I just missed it. And look at the breakout there to 630s on a halt. So Money Mitch all over that one. And look at that, guys. That one's a tough one to not get, guys. I was trying to nail it, trying to wait, looking for a 550 attempt. It went to 559, really quickly scooped right back up through that 6. Miss out on that breakout, guys. That's a little frustrating there. Big breakout, PPBT, now in a halt. All right, guys, moving the stop loss up with Lulu. Just looking for it to continue running, but securing 672 now. Little upset I missed that PPBT because I would have got 1,000 shares there. That's probably another $300 or $400 run. But that is what it is. Just got to keep moving, man. Can't get mad here. Got to get focused and keep nailing stocks here. So NVCR is one that's been sideways here since the open. Looking to see if this gets hot again. This one made a big push earlier. All right, we'll see one of these names. If they start to make the move, let's go to SMCI, some of the smaller names, see how those are moving. It's starting to get sideways there. The Q is very strong there, guys. The VIX really hasn't broken down. Another thing today to kind of keep a little bit concerned about, but just keeping an eye on that. XRT now up there towards 83.05, so it wasn't a bad outlook earlier, just got cut out, right? So what about Intel? How's Intel doing now? It's trying to come back there. Still hasn't come back on the day though, but holding the hourly low there. We'll look to see if it comes back up above the 24.75. I still think you can make a nice trade on Intel. We'll look to see if it goes back above the 25. AMD looking well, now starting to pull back there. So just be careful on that pullback. We'll see what happens. I'm also seeing NVIDIA pull back there. Apple, the big boy, to 239.80s. Talked about would it get to 240s today. It's almost there. All right, guys. Miguel, I use it every single day live in front of you, Miguel. So that's one thing that I would tell you. If you want to find out if it's legit, come hang out here on this stream, and I'll tell you, you'll see it for your own eyes. Yeah, and of course, don't believe everything you read on Google. I mean, that's already said, you know. All right, looking around out there to see Clean Spark up. Nice, guys. Clean Spark, guys, looking decent here. It's recovering 511s, going for another push here. Can it get the breakout? I think it can. The hourly looking nice recovery of that $15. We talked about would we get the breakout in this thing. So I'm looking for it here. Clean Spark. I'm looking for a quick risk here and looking to see if I can get a bigger trade on. Let's see a nice little pullback here. I'm looking for a quick little pullback back towards like 1490s, if not 1480s, and then the move higher. So still trying to be patient on this move, not trying to front run it too much, but still looking at Clean Spark here, right? So the hourly still looks good. It really needs to break above the 15s. It fails every time here, and that's something to note. PPBT, that's halted. Trying to find what's moving out there, guys. What's moving? All right, big names. Taiwan Semiconductor, Tesla. What about Mobileye? Oof, I like Mobileye today. Can this recover? Clean Spark still looking good on that 15. How's Mara doing? Mara's on the red, and so is Coin's actually in the green. That's interesting. Hood doing well. A&F continuing to go here. That looks good there. Lulu now almost up that $1,000. Secured 700 now in Lulu. So just trying to keep it going, but also got to understand that the momentum at some point could start to turn. And you're seeing it right there. So you can see how the trend line here, I want to respect this trend line. 329.50s, and pretty much I want out. So I put it right underneath that. Now we get a little bounce on the 9 EMA, and it looks like it wants to continue running. So I'm going to draw this up towards that 329.40s, and 329.50s essentially would get me out. It's right underneath that. Secured 750 now. Just looking for the extension here above the 331s, maybe 333s or something like that. And then I can just take the money and run. All right, guys, going to throw it up here so that you guys can see it right on the platform. Of course, you guys see my charting platform in front here, but let's do it. Let's do it like this, guys. So now you're starting to see that nice little push, looking for that push towards the 333s and 334s. I'm going to put this up at 334s here, looking for the expansion, and watch how I drive the stop loss with it here as it starts to move. So just trying to drive it and move it as the stock gets the lift, right? As the stock gets the lift, I want to secure more money. So getting a little bit of a pullback here towards the 331s. Now I have 362 right now secured. I'm looking for the push above the 331s here. Sometimes I'll just play with this a little bit too. I'll bring it to like 750s and kind of not trying to show my hand too much there, but also understanding if it starts to turn where I need to get out. Another thing you can look for is the spread spreading out. That is a bad sign. You want it tightening. There, it tightens up a little bit. Now let's see if it takes the high. In a second, I'm going to secure 800. It's looking like it's trying to turn a little bit. Could come back to VWAP 327, so I want to make sure I take the cash and then maybe reload. All right, here's it to the upside. So I'm going to actually secure the 800 here. As the momentum goes up, I secure the profits because they can wash it right down. All right, guys. All right. What's going on out there? I've seen a lot of conversation in the chat. I'm going to keep it going, guys. Got 6 screens, 4 stocks. Let's go. Been paid out, Sammy. Take that money, man. Can't be mad about getting paid. All right, guys, looking around out there, just trying to keep this grinding, guys. Now 330.75, so looking good. Almost to that 1,000 mark. $330.80s, $330.79s now. Driving the profits, securing more profit here, guys. I'm going to put it at 880 here in a second. Just trying to see it go through the 331. Still not going through the 331, but look how the spread's tight. The spread's going to widen and probably try to get me here, but I just want to make sure that at least we take the 880s, almost 900 there. So that gives me the ability of actually taking this off, the pressure on the top side of it, and then looking to see if it can get that continued breakout. Now I can leave and just walk away. This can continue to run. All right, if it gets to 1,000, there's the 1,000. Now it starts to lift towards that. Let's see if it can continue pushing through that. Now I can leave that to work. So I have $1,000 I can play with here. In a second, I'm going to take the cash and run. But let's go take a look around, see if there's any of these fast movers to maybe play and use that $1,000 to really get a nice little run there. OTLK is one that's making a move right now. 235, 235 stock. Nothing really good on this one. SMCI that pulled back there, got as high as 16. What a crazy run on that one. Could start to crumble now as it's up there. What about QMCO? Did that thing come back? No, it has not. All right, UMAC getting a little bit of a lift there. We'll see what happens on this thing. This thing's trading all around. I don't know where this thing's going. MDAI, SPAI was another one earlier. That's not doing bad either. That's just going sideways. There's Lulu now above the 331s. Now starting to push higher than the 331. So looking good in that Lulu. Just secured $1,000 there, guys. Probably going to get it cut out, but I'm okay with that. $1,000 is perfect. It's at 1,020. It's probably going to cut me there, but I would rather take that nice 1,000. All right, let's just take the money and run here. I'm going to try to take the money and run. Boom. There we go. Just took the money and ran. Just took the money and ran, guys. And I did see a little bit of a lift on that. So it's okay that it happens, right? I just took the 331s, though. Now it's looking like 332s wants to keep going. Could have continued riding the trend. But what I'm going to go do is I'm going to go try to use these cash to get back and get into another trade, right? So we were down 500. Now I'm back up 500, right? So nice trade on Lulu. Really good perspective giving in the pre-market about retail trade, and retail trade did great here. Look at XRT up there to 83.33s, VSCO up 5%, ANF up 7%. So really nice trade there on that one. CRV, another one that's up going good. AEO doing pretty well. I talked about that one when it was at 1950s, 1940s. That's up 40 cents from when we were talking about it. So really nice trade in the retail names. I hope that somebody was able to nail some retail trade action today. What about Nike? Nike just starting to catch up here. So I think Nike could have a good day by the end of the day. Came back to daily support and now starting to rebound. And of course, we've seen some of these names pretty red. So at least starting to bounce back there. SMCI now starting to really get hot there on the 38.40s. So it did rebound off near the 35s. I was off by a couple pennies, right? It was 35.30s. I was looking for 35. All right, Clean Spark did get above that 15, did go to 15.30s, now trying to reload. We'll look to see if it makes another move. JCSE, another one trying to get a lift off the $2 spot there. This one's still, though, below VWAP. Lulu now pulling back, so happy that I took the money and ran. Sometimes you got to go, and you got to know when the getting's good, and took that money, and I'm out. All right, let's take a really quick look into the dealer here and take a look at what's leading the competition here, guys. Competition leader on the CRNC. Crazy move here, guys. This was an awesome trade here, guys. Look at the trades that happened here. So some big trades there on SNTI and also CRC, but this one was all about SNTI and some quick trades there. Let's see if they held for about a minute on some of these. Let's see, buy, sell. I'm not sure. Some of these are pretty quick here. So some good money, though, definitely to be made there. So lost 25,000, made 22, lost, made it. I mean, man, this was crazy. This is crazy. Take a look at those net P&Ls there on that. Really good gains there on SNTI. 47,000 up, guys. So if you're wondering if you're leading the competition, we're going to need a little bit more. PPBT, there's a buy on this one that's doing pretty well, up about, I think, 24,000. Wow, man. This one, guys, I was looking at this one, looking for the 6th break, looking for PPBT to be that stock, and look at her go to 722. Money Mitch was looking at this one, just didn't cash it, didn't take the trade. Now they're cashing in. They got that 680. Look at the reopen on this, now $8. This person's up $40,000. I hope you close it or take some cash. We'll see what happens there. But man, that is crazy. Let's see if there's some working orders there. No working orders there. Sell on the market. Just took the 38,000. Shout out to whoever that was. I saw that trade. I watched it with you guys. I looked for the 6th break. We did get the PPBT break, and I was talking about this one by $5. So way early in the trade, just didn't take it. And what a trade that one was. And it's all on PPBT now. A lot of traders trading this and making the cash. So if you're wondering how they're doing, well, they're winning, and they're winning big, guys. $47,000 a leader. 38,000 would just happen, and now you're seeing 30, 22,000, 20,000. So there's some big trades out there, guys. Be careful. Have fun. That PPBT now halted at $9, guys. I was going to be trading this, not with the sizing that they probably traded it, but man, what a crazy move there. Was all over the right stock. Just did it, grab it. I was watching Lulu there, trying to take the cash, and boom. Now you see it. At least I was on the right stock there, and I feel like a lot of traders were on that one. PPBT ripping to $9 now. What a rip. What a rip, guys. What a rip. All right, guys, that one might bring some favor back into some of the SNTI. So I'm looking to see if that one wants to just keep going, right? So SNTI not going anywhere just yet here, but let's see if it really wants to start taking maybe a lift here. Could do maybe a wick out there back towards support and then a recovery, but I'm definitely seeing some algorithmic volume start to come in this really quickly. Some traders are thinking like me, does it sympathy come in here? There's a first cut down action here towards this gap halting area around the 13. Let's see what happens here. If it holds the 13s and recovers, or does it go into a down halt? It could be in a down halt in just a second here, guys. So just be careful out there, guys. That's already a 7% move down. It just needs a little bit more for that halting action here on the downside. So I don't know which way SMCI is going. I'm just watching it, and I know it's going to be moving. That's for sure. Man, that PPBT, what an opportunity. Q's just holding on there. SPY held on and now pushing to the upside. So let's see what's in the green and taking over the leading action. It's the cyclical names. It's the retail name. It's the XRT names. There you guys have it. A&F. Even Lulu is probably continuing to go here. Yeah, continuing is Lulu now towards 332. So good retail action today. Definitely seeing the lift there as you're getting a nice little push on some of those names. And that's going to help your auto manufacturers and things like that. So if you're looking at autos up, you'll know why. Intel starting to recover the 25s there. I talked about how this could come back to that 25 spot there. Doesn't look too bad there. Just got to the 2490s. Could take the 25 in a little bit. Of course, the daily on this is all about the look there. It's trying to get back there towards the 25.55, which it does have a nice little pattern there. You can see here on Intel, it's trying to hold that pullback and get right back up there. We'll look to see what happens on this one, especially the hourly back through 25 is a good look. And you're right there, 2490s could start to push now. AMD still holding on that 141. We'll look to see if this one can continue pushing. PRZO trying to take $2. This one doesn't look too bad here. PRZO. All right, guys, this one would be off the 190s. It's already pulled back to the 192 spot here. Let me see if I can just grab this one right off the top here. All right, guys, trying to take a quick one here, guys. Let's see what happens here on PRZO. We've been seeing these runners, so trying to take a quick one here. Went 5,000 shares deep, so I got to be really quick on this trade. Let's see what happens here. Trying to use some of that cushion that I built up with Lulu to see if this PRZO can get above the highs. The $2 break could happen right now. Let's see if it starts to get some buying and we really start to get this one to rock and roll. We've had a couple of halters, so looking to see if this one can make a nice move with those that have gone into halts. High to look for on this one. It's going to be especially to get back above the 204 spots, and then you can go for the 230 break. Let's see what happens here. PRZO. Dailies on this one doesn't look too bad there. It really needs to rock and roll. Doesn't have a history of being up there, so that's another thing to think about. It's struggling here at the 2. Let's see if it takes the high. Now struggling here, guys. Now back to 195 here, so let's see what happens. It's definitely a tough trade here. PRZO not doing that great here. Let's see if it gets back above the VWAP though. Double bottom, triple bottom. It could make another attempt towards 190. That's one thing to understand here. All right, guys, definitely went pretty big on this, and I'm trying to catch up to some of those leaders, of course, on the top list. So trying to see if I can at least jump on some of these big runners. A&F starting to pull back there. That's one that I'll be looking at, but the pullback was small. Lulu now 333, so might have sold that one a little early. Could have maybe got 2,000 on the green, right? So we'll see what happens here. Taking a shot on this PRZO, but not much action right now on this first lift. Looking for it to break the $2. Needs to break the $2 and really start going. Let's go to the 5-minute here, see how that's looking. Would like to see this start to hold this line right here. This 93. All right, let's see if it just starts to do a nice little push here towards like 220s. All right, it's right here for the breakout or breakdown here. So I'm looking at it here. We'll see what happens. Might take some more here if it starts to really break through. Gives me that nice look. $2 really the spot. 205 has a big size there. So there's a wall at 205 that we're going to have to get through once we break the $2. So look to see if it breaks 2 and you can get through that 205 first is going to be a big watch. So that's where the resistance is, where that seller is here at the 205. Great moves on Microsoft. What's up out there, guys? Check that leaderboard. Where's account and password? In your traders area. So go back and log in on the website. So you see here at the bottom, your traders area, your hub, as they call it. You got to go to our website, log in, and you'll find the hub. Click that account. You'll see credentials on the right-hand side so that you can log in and take a shot in the competition. All right, here's 198, 198, $2 trying to show up, $2 trying to show up. Let's see it. Let's see it. This is it. Make it or break it time. Let's go. Let's go, PRZO. What are you going to do? You're going to break that too? Here's the look here. Now we're getting 198s, 198s. $2 shows up there. Let's see if we get the breakout. And it was a quick one. $2 showed up for a second and right back down. So just be careful out there, guys. This could be breaking down. All right, guys, just looking at 190s as the out right now. Might cut me out and then I'll have to get back in. But I'll tell you one thing. Looking for the move there above the $2 there. There's a big mover, right? That's, of course, that's PPBT. We'll look to see how that reopens. There's SNIT, as I talked about how maybe that one can get the love again off the 13s. It got the spike right back up there. Is it at 14s? So a lot of people watching that SNTI right now. We'll see if it can keep running. I'm looking for some sympathy to move around, and I'm going to that PRZO. We'll see what happens, right? I like the setup at least. Just needs to keep it going. And I'm not looking for a big run here. It's like 60 cents on the run. So maybe it goes to 280, $3 on the top end. Here comes $2 for the break. Will it get the break now, guys? Here it is. Let's find out here. Quick break towards the 201 and fails. All right, putting a limit to add at 190, but really I don't want that to fill. I just want to show like I'm trying to add at 190 here on this account. Let's see what happens. Let's see if we can break the 205, really. That's going to be important when we get to the 205. Can we get there? $2 approaching here. Could pull back to the 190s. That's where we can pull back to. So I'm understanding that. Just pulled back off that $2 there, guys. So I'm just trying to hold towards the low right now. Might cut out for a $300 loss here, but just focusing in here. Let's see what happens. It's right there for the breakout. Just needs to take the 205s. 205s could break it out. It's held the VWAPs here, so good looking attempt. Now just needs a break. $2 shows up again here and still not the break on the $2 spot. So just looking to see if the $2 can break there, and it cannot. It's getting hit here. It's getting pulled back off the 195s now. So we had that attempt to break the $2. It did not want to break $2, not want to break $2. Last attempt on the support here. There's a up 1, down 1, up 2, down 2, up 3, down 3. We might get an undercut to 90s, but it needs a break 2 after that. If not, then it starts to wash out. So here's that undercut, right? So this is where I mean by undercut and rally. It's a very hard trade here on the 190s. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to put out the 188 there or 185s there. I can add here, but it's very dangerous, guys. This is where it gets hard in the account, right? When you're sizing up and you're starting to get some of the pressure. Right now, I can either cut out and go back to 0 or take a shot. I'm taking a shot here. Let's see what we can do. So I think we can get an undercut and rally type move here. Pull back there. Now I'm looking for it to come right back up here. Volume coming in there. Now just got the fill. Now I need to go ahead and hold towards the 175 here. It's about $1,500 in risk. So it's pretty good risk size here. But I understand through that 78, I don't really want to hold this. Now I want to see a wick recovery. I want to see a big wick here, a lot of size, and then it comes whipping back to $2. I'm at 190 here. So taking a bigger shot here. This is harder trading, of course, with bigger size. Let's see if we can go ahead and get this to come back. So the 5-minute low is really what I'm betting on, and which is now, I'll show you the pattern in the trade here. It's a 5-minute chart back through this high, right? So that's what we're going to look for. 217s should start to hold this area as support, which is right here. So we're looking for that to hold as support and for it to get back here towards the $2. Let's see what happens there on this trade. All right, so that's the setup. Back through $2 will be something to watch for. I can look at some other names. PPBT was the trade, guys. I cannot believe I missed this one, guys. Oh man, I was all over it. Could see that it had the potential, and it was at $5 when I mentioned it. It's at $10. Oh, this one could have really made the account today, guys. So it is a little frustrating, but I'm sure there's some other traders that are nailing that one. And there is, guys. Look at this one. Long at 449, 5,000 shares, about the same size that I jumped in or was looking at there. $31,000, guys. So yeah, there's some money being made out there. $47,000 on one trade, guys. This guy nailed it. Just nailed SMCI over and over. PPBT, really nice trade there. And some of the different areas like 449, 450s. That's what I'm seeing around out there. Even at 723, making 17,000. So it didn't mean that you couldn't have to get it there. Really nice trades there. Shout out to you guys making some money out there. That's for sure. There's some big trades out there. And then there's traders trading like ETHU and trading different trades. Sock sell. I like this trader here. This trader has multiple positions on, 6 positions on, all in the green except one. Managing that. SMCX really killing it with 500 shares there, up 3,000. So, hey, somebody's doing something right. All right, guys, we'll see what happens in mine here. PRZO, will it get back up there? I'm just looking for it to get back to 2 here. Can it get back there? I'll be watching for it. Doesn't look the best right now, I'll tell you that much. Would rather be in a name that's moving to the upside above the VWAP, but hey, I'm already in this one trying to manage it, and we'll see if we take a hit here. We might go back down 500 on this, and that's what would happen. But that's perfectly fine. I think we're managing it and not getting too big today. And the big thing is, of course, 5,000 on the downside gives us some room to play with here. PPBT, really nice move there. 1087s on 3 halts now. Could halt on the downside when it comes back. KWE looking around. SNTI, how's that one doing? Got up there to 15, now starting to pull back. Can that one keep going, or will it start to break down? It looks interesting here for a little bit of some breakdown back towards 10, but could still hold the 9 EMA and just continue pushing. All right, PRZO probably going to get me out here. Just looking at the bigger time frame to see if the flip could come back on the 5-minute. That's where I'm trading it on. Big position here now, guys. I got 10,000 shares. I need this to start lifting above the $2 here. If not, just going to go ahead and get out here in the 178. And then, of course, back above $2, the big watch will be above the 205, where that could be where it can break down. All right, looking around, OPTT giving an alert there, guys. So that's one that I'll be watching. I'll take a trade on that one. That one looks like it wants $1 here. That's a known runner here. So I'm going to look at this one and try to get a quick little trade on this. Looking for a little bit more pullback here to the 72.70 spot. This one, you need to go big size in, though. That's the problem. It's only going to give you maybe 40 cents maybe on the up end. So I'm looking at it here. PRZO going for the move here. So I got to watch that too. I think it's hard to trade them both, but I'm watching this OPTT. I know a lot of traders are watching this OPTT. So I'm looking to see if it can come back here below the Bollinger Band and I can grab it here. See the hourly on this. It's already made a big move, man. It's a hard one to trade. I've seen this one move before. It's definitely parabolic, known runner. I'm going to go to PRZO because it's just going to be too much to handle once it starts to really move. All right, PRZO starting to come back here for the 2 attempt at least. Now I get this attempt. Let's see if it wants to go for it. $230s would be about almost $4,000. So that's seeming like what I'm going to need to make today. I'm going to need to make a decent amount. That's for sure. To keep up with those guys in the top, oof, it's going to be hard. MDAI, another one that's starting to make the move just above the $2. Just broke that. We'll look to see if this actually gets hot, but just got about 50,000 shares just recently. PRFX, another one that's making a little bit of a lift there, but I don't feel too confident about that. How's XRT now? XRT to 83.33. Lulu continuing to 336, guys. What a trade today on Lulu. Was able to maybe hold on to that, maybe make 2,000 to 3,000, but that wasn't going to win the account. So I got out of that. And my main account, probably just hold Lulu because, man, what a great trade. SMCI does, great Scott. Just keep looking for it. Sometimes it doesn't work on the first time. Make sure that you see it start to show up there in the box. So when you put SMCI, make sure that it shows up Senti Biosciences before you hit enter. It should show up. All right, guys, moving back and forth, going back to this PRZO to see if it can finally break the 2. All right, traders, how we doing out there? What's going on, guys? It's 10:50. It's about to wrap up the day here. So like always, guys, we're going to be going through the competition, taking different style trades. I took a shot today in PRZO. We'll see what happens here, right? Like always, guys, you got to keep trading. That's the only way to get after it. PPBT, the best move of the day with SMCI, definitely being the stocks that made the money. So that's one thing to look at. PPBT is still not open, guys. This is on 1, 2, 3, 4 holds and could go on a downside move when it opens. We'll see what happens out there, guys. No, I tried that many times. Platform is bugging. Common fail for you. Great, Scott. Sorry to hear that, my friend. Are you talking on the eval or the comp side? Let me know, man, because I hate to hear things like that. Definitely reach out to our customer service team. You know, great Scott. I wish I could do it for you, my friend. But hey, it's working for me. That's the only thing I can tell you, man. And I don't have any special platform. I have the same thing that you guys have. So got booted. How do I restart to trade more today? What do you mean booted? Did you get closed out of your competition? Did you stop out? Did you lose 5,000? Is that what happened, short dude? Let me know, man. All right, guys, we'll do a little recap here. Still down a little bit on this PRZO. We'll look to see if it breaks above the 190s. I'm just hanging out in this trade right now. and definitely down a little bit, right? I don't want to lose too much. I do want to cut it if it goes back to 180s, but just trying to keep an eye on it while I'm explaining what's going on, right? So I am up 461, but it was a little back and forth, guys. Lulu was what made me the money there. We'll see what happens. PPBT opened up there, now up there towards 1350s. Could go for another halt here, guys. What a move there. 1347's about to halt. What a crazy, crazy move on PPBT. And the problem was I was all over this one. Just didn't take the trade. Frustrated, that's for sure. That's for sure, my friend. Mohit, how did I not nail this one? Oh, I was all over it. That's just how it goes, man. I looked at Lulu to take the profit and then tried to use that to go into this trade. I was waiting for the 6 break. That thing went to 627. Now it's 13. That's 112% from that look. That's crazy. Crazy talk, guys. Now 1347. What a trade. What a trade there, guys. Let's take a look at the leaderboard one last time, guys. The leaderboard is taking off now, guys. 52,000 in the lead with that long on PPBT. Big move there. Whoever's nailing that one. And that's what we're seeing. 52,000, 50, 44, 38,000. Those are your top 5. Your top 5 is going to include 24,000. So if you want to get to the top 5, it's looking like you're going to need to make 20K today. But like always, traders lose a lot of this towards the end of the day. We'll see what happens. Some of these are open P&Ls, and they need to take the cash. We'll see what happens on this one. This one was opened at 449 and still hasn't closed. I don't know how this guy still hasn't closed one, but crazy trade on this guy. $44,000 trade. Can you imagine that, guys? I don't know about you guys. I wouldn't be mad about that. All right, guys, let's definitely, if you went over the 5,000, pretty sure there is a bypass. Is that just for the paid accounts? Yeah, just for the paid accounts. If you're in the competition account and you lose the 5,000, you're done for the day. You cannot take this off. You need to wait for tomorrow, and then you'll have access again. This is why I think it's so important to try to stay under that $5,000 and making sure that you have yourself a nice little cushion. But it happens, short dude. It happens to us all. Like always, you'll be able to bounce back tomorrow. It doesn't mean just because you lost 5,000. If anything, this is a good thing that we do here because it gives you an ability to keep pushing, right? I thought you can't go over 30% of the target in one trade. Remember, this is a competition, short dude. So you can make as much money as you want to make on these trades, right? This is not an evaluation. This is more the competition account. So you can go as big as you want. Stopped out twice, says Mike. Hey, it happens to us best, man. You see me back and forth, right? Back and forth. All right, we'll see what happens on PRZ. It's 10:55. Can I get the move before the bell? Before it kind of, I got to get the heck out of here. At 11, I got to get out of here, guys. But I'm watching different stocks. Xena starting to come back there. This is one that has potential. I feel like I'm just calling it out there on the potential side of things. There's a lot of these small cap names that are making big moves up, guys. SMCI at 1388 did pull back from that 15, but is holding the 9 EMA still. Still could make another rip out here with different stocks making big booms. All right, looking around to see what else is making a move here. Not much on that. CleanSpark got to 520s, 1520s. The Qs overall now starting to pull back. So we are starting to see a little bit of some pullback action. And I'm seeing the same thing in the SPY. So be careful out there, guys. We could get a VIX jump here. So I might take a little bit on the VIX to the upside. That's one that I can maybe look at as we start to get a pullback because the VIX hasn't gone anywhere today. So maybe it can get a little bit of a spike back here. We'll see what happens today. It's been such a bullish open. Will it be a bullish close? Something to think about. I don't know, man. I don't know. I can tell you guys that much. What this will do is also gives opportunities on these retail trades. And look at that first spike there. Nice first spike on VXX. I'm thinking about taking this, but I don't know if I have enough cash here. You could also short A&F. That thing's really at the top there. Lulu got to 336. It got to 337. What a move. What a move, guys. This looks interesting here on the VXX. to take the trade on the upside. But man, a lot of going on there. I'm still in this PRZO. That's why I'm not taking it. But right there, I had a chance for 4260s and 4255s. We'll look to see how much the Qs actually come down today. The SPY's coming down fast there. That's one thing to note. So one of the best names in the SPY today I traded, which was Lulu. So I'm happy with that. That makes me happy on the day, regardless of what happens on the competition. We'll see what happens here. Now VXX to 4267s could take off a little bit higher as we're getting some pullback action. Lulu trying to go right back up there. The XRT, big move up there. So not a bad trade there if you nailed that. Intel went above 25, now coming back and holding that 25. Can we get a continued move? I mean, I think it's just stuck right now. It's not moving much. AMD back to 140. That's looking interesting. Apple now pulling back off the 240. So we are getting some pullback there. It's not massive, but we are getting some pullback. All right, guys, PRZO not going anywhere here, guys. I'm going to probably end up the day right there at a trade that's just trying to work, and we'll see what happens. I'll probably risk like $1,000, maybe a little bit over. But other than that, don't want to risk too much here. All right, guys, about $1,300 is what I'm going to be risking here to the 177s. Shouldn't undercut that 177, but we'll look to see what happens there. Definitely on the downside on that PRZ. So let's see if it comes back through that 190s, $2 look a little bit later today, guys. That's going to do it for me, guys. PPBT and SNTI, your top movers of the day. At least I was on top of one name. We'll see what happens on that one. Now in a down halt, like I talked about it could have come crashing down now. We'll see what happens on that one. What about SNTI also? SNTI could come down also now as it starts to break the 1380s. We'll see it. I mean, this is a hard one to call either way. And you guys can see that the money was made and lost on this. I hope you guys enjoyed the show today. I tried to make it fun. I tried to talk about the bigger trades that other traders are taking so that you guys can learn from that also. What I'm going to do is I'm going to try to find some of the biggest trades and review those tomorrow. So we'll review how they went about it, where they were buying, and what strategies they could be using to win the rule to pull a competition account, of course. And I want to see you guys get after it. Get into the top 10. Remember, it's a competition. Have fun. The number one thing you don't want to do is get emotionally attached to this competition. Just have fun with it. Try to trade your strategy the way you know best. Don't worry about the amount that others are making. Just try to trade your trade the best way you can. I'll see you guys back tomorrow. Smash the like always. We got a lot more for you guys, and stick right here. Trade the Pool is going to be going until Thursday. I will let you guys know there is no Friday for me this week, but we're going to continue going. We're Monday through Thursday now as I'm working to make some education for you guys. I'm working on the background. I want to create some real nice courses for you guys to really learn and take that step up. I'm always here to help your journey continue moving forward. Money Mitch out. We'll see you guys back right here on, of course, Trade the Pool.